here to the press club. My name is Sajid Ali Satpara and I am the youngest K2 submitter of the world. And I would like to give you an update following the events that unfolded on K2 earlier this year. As you remember, my father, Ali Satpara, John Snorri and myself set out to become the first team to summit K2 in this winter 2020 and 21. We were later joined by Elias Sakle, a Canadian filmmaker who is here now, along with Pasang Sherpa, Fazal Ali, one of the climbers from Shamshal, who ascended K2 3 times without oxygen. Although our team was small, we were very strong. My father was the only person on K2 who had ever summited an 8,000 peak, which was Nanga Parbat, and he ascended that peak in 2016. John Snorri, one of the who had even tried K2 in winter in previous season. In addition, John, my father and myself had all summited K2 in summer. So we knew this mountain, and John and my father knew winter condition. We felt strong and acclimatized well. After several rotations and several wet weather days, it was time for our summit by early February. JP Mohar joined us from summit at Camp 4. I was climbing without oxygen, and after in near Bottling, my father saw my condition and he suggested me to use oxygen, and he said after use oxygen you came up, and they went up and I tried to use oxygen, but due to malfunction of regulator I came down to Camp 3, and I waited for them, and after they left I bothered about them, something went wrong them, and I communicate also with Basecamp that I am in Camp 3, and they didn't came to Camp 3 yet. This is the last time when I communicate with my father, and he suggests me to come with oxygen to up. That was the last time I ever spoke to my father. I waited, I worried, I walked around, I looked up to see if I could see them. I prayed to Allah, time stood still, and then time fast forwarded. Suddenly, the very break of dawn, and cause there was radio chatter, and it was all about getting down off the mountain. I don't know what happened to them. That is why I am here now. It was 4.5 months. Of course, I now he not alive. I was grateful to all those who helped with the search and rescue then, but it is my turn to go back and see for myself, to trace those last steps of my father. It is possible that all 3 summited or turned back before the summit, and one of them got injured or on descent. Maybe had bad weather came in and all 3 took shelter. Maybe some worse, but speculation does not help. My father is with Allah now, and he is safe. I go only to find answer, to retrace those last steps, to see what he might have seen, to see if he left any sign for me to follow, if there is anything he wants me to know. John kept a journal of all the hiding places he would go to. If wet weather set in bivouac, he was good at planning them. I will go and search all these places with Elia, PK and Fazal Ali now. If I find them, that will be a bonus. If we summit, fine. If we do not, that is fine too. The summit is not the goal. If I do not find my father, then I will place his flag with pride at Gilkey Memorial in honor of my father, who I loved more than anything, who taught me mountaineering, and who is to this day one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Pakistani mountaineers of all time. If I could say a few thank yous, I am grateful to Colonel Hassan at Pakistan Analytica, British American mountaineer Vanessa O'Brien, Canadian filmmaker Elias Sakle, and John Snorri's wife Lena Moy for making this expedition taking place now possible. This is the same time behind the virtual base camp who involved in the search and rescue. They have been there for me along with my father's trusted friends of Ali Satpara, especially Ali Bhai, James